paw print in the middle, I said, let's make it a heart because, you know, Pittsburgh Paul's Anthrocon, I think, would have been... All right, this has been Anthrocon 2026, the most recent furry convention in history. Where are we going to start? How about we start with the noodle? You got anything to add?
Sure, we can start with the noodle first. Well, I'm really happy to say that all of you are still here, which means that you all survived that crazy heat outside, isn't that right? Absolutely. Well, I'll try to keep my part short. I'm in charge of quite a few things, including making sure everyone is up to date with things that change around the convention, information about things like the shuttle buses or the transportation or, you know, different deals that are happening around the convention. And there's a lot of stuff that we had to try and communicate and even change, and I hope that we were doing at least a decent job of doing that for you. It's really, really difficult with how much happens at Anthrocon, but our goal is always to make sure that you're as informed as possible and that we hear from you and all that feedback that we really hope that you'll be sending in. Which, speaking of, I want to take the time to say that for our attendee survey feedback, this is something that we send out every year, and we normally send it out by email, and we're going to be opening it pretty much right after the convention, all the way until the end of the month. So like I said, if you have something that you want to give us with feedback, that is one of the places that you'll definitely have your voice heard, and we can use that moving forward to improve everything you got. But other than that, I'm really happy to see all of the photos, all of the videos, all of the memories that everyone is sharing online, and make sure you continue to tag Anthrocon and show off the memories that have been made this weekend. It's been my pleasure to be your, I guess, noodle director up here, and I hope that we'll see you all again.
Hi everybody, I am Sparf. I am the events director. All of the various panels, events, and things that happen in this building and over in the Westin sort of fall under me. It was a very packed schedule this year, and we could not do that without all of the submissions from the community. We let people come and talk about their favorite special interests, and I love that about us. I want to keep doing that in the future. We had some new things this year. We had an arcade over in the Westin in the gaming area, which when you are done with closing ceremonies will still be open for another little bit. It might be closed by the time you get over there. I'm not sure. But if it is, go and enjoy it. That was our friends at Save Point. And I want to shout out something very special. It was very difficult when we had to make the call about the parade and block party. And that left a giant gap in the schedule because I can't schedule people opposite that. Really, people want to be out and mingling and seeing the fursuiters. And I put out the call, and furries responded. I want to give special thanks out not just to Boozy and Alkali, who stepped up and added more content on top of the massive workload they were already putting on. But also, some of these were put on the schedule with an hour's notice and still filled the room. Ralts, Fur, Hope B. Collie, and Hugs and Snugs. Arrow and our staffer Kage Ryoko. All of those got put onto the massive gap in the schedule, and people responded. And thank you, and thank them for showing up as a community.
Oh boy. Hi everyone. Hi, I'm Paul Keff. I am the audio-visual director for here at Anthrocon. Thanks, guys. Okay. I'll keep this short. Did everyone have fun? Excellent, excellent. I was just here for making sure everyone has a good time, everyone's audio-visual needs were met for the panels and everything like that. I always want to give a great shout out to my crew. If you want to look behind you, there is the tech riser behind you. That is the AV team. Those guys, they are the ones who do all the work. I just stand here and panic. That's all I do. But in particular, there is one individual who I do want to call out. He goes by the name of Spyko. Hi, Spyko, are you there? Yes, there he is there. This last year, he is my project manager. A special shout out to him. He made sure he wrangled us all together and made sure we did things correctly and everything like that. Spyko, thank you very much. Hope you all had a good time. And one last thing I want to say. Can everyone yell trans rights? Louder! There we go.
I'm going to interrupt your line up here because you notice we have some empty chairs. That's because some directors are too doggone busy. However, we have waiting backstage our charity director and some representatives of this year's chosen charity. These were some of the most delightful folk we have ever worked with. I think I speak for all of us when I say that was a lot of fun, and I think I speak for all of us when we say, you're going to bring a what into the dealer's room? Folks from J&J and Stormy, why don't you all come up here and let's see how we did this year. Don't bring the horse. He stays down. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Come on up. Come on up.
Bring the horse!
No. He's not housebroken. What side are you on?
The correct one!
Take it away.
Right there.
Is that mic not working? Then take mine.
Thank you. Okay, well, I see everybody got the chance to meet Robbie, the horse. Guys, I want to thank you, everybody, for your generosity. We were able to raise, so far, $74,240 thanks to all your generosity. Guys, I was going to say, there's still time. Anthrocat's still out in the crowd, so if you can help us for one final push, we're going to see if we can get this number a little bit higher.
I don't even know what to say. This has been the most amazing experience. I'm near tears. Your generosity is absolutely astounding. From being a small nonprofit to being at a convention this large and being able to talk to so many people and hear so many wonderful stories and seeing all the creativity in the room and joining some of the most absurd panels I have ever sat in my life. I have never laughed so hard. I have done a lot of crying. I've done a lot of laughing. I have been the whole gamut of emotions this weekend, and it's all thanks to you guys. And I just am so glad that we were able to be a part of such an amazing convention. Thank you guys so much.
Anthrocat, where are you?
All right, right on front of the stage if you want. I'll point out also, if you don't have cash, on the back of your badge, there is a QR code, says charity. You can always point your phone at it. It will take you to a special donation page. There's quite a lot, and you will find out how many in just a few minutes, but if each one of you puts in $10, think of what that's gonna do.
I don't need two of these.
All right, let's give it up for J&J. And for Stormy. Incredible phenomenal amount of work that was done this weekend. What I like best about Stormy is Stormy has worked so hard and never once complained, because every time they started, I ran. I want my seat back here. Where do we end up? Oh, KP, hi.
Hi everyone, I am KP. I am your public outreach / public relations director. Before I go down my little list, I'm going to make a special request because Anthrocon is still running around making those donations. As Pocketh suggested, if you believe in trans rights, make a $1 donation or more to the bucket in the name of trans rights. Please. Anybody who wants to do that right now, please. Thank you so much. Anthrocon has multiple departments under me that kind of all deal with public relations, public outreach. I want to thank the media and outreach team. They were working with WTAE, WPXI, KDKA TV and radio, Pittsburgh Today Live's morning show, and one of our newest outlets, National Public Radio. We also want to thank our interpreters at Slip, Bick and Lauren. And Lauren, I love those furry shoes. Thank you so much. We also want to thank our associates at Visit Pittsburgh that work tirelessly with us, with the media, and also Jen Carter here at the DLCC. Jen, by coincidence, has actually been here every single year that Anthrocon has been at the DLCC, and she has worked tirelessly for that. This would not be the same without her. Thank you, Jen. The second team that I wanted to thank under me is the VIP relations team. Thank you, Bick. Thank you, Bick. The VIP relations team, they help wrangle special guests such as Mayor Corey O'Connor, who kind of made July 1st Anthrocon Day. We also want to thank County Executive Sarah Inamorado. I hope I didn't mispronounce her name. But our VIP relations team helped them along with a lot of other guests. The third group I want to thank is the Anthrocon team, both the VR group, the puppet group, and the fursuit mascot group that are working around. They help bring a new dimension to Anthrocon. Thank you guys so much. Of course, under me, we also have the charity team. Thank you, Stormy and crew, who work tirelessly for that. And the fifth group, which is usually unspoken. They are our Anthrocon ambassadors. That's all of you. Every single one of you helps make a good face to the city of Pittsburgh and their residents, also to our buildings and our business partners. Without you, Anthrocon would not be what it is. Thank you for helping put a great face on the furry fandom to everyone. You are the best fans that I could imagine for Anthrocon. Thank you.
I'll use this right now. Hey there, I am Talon, the Director of Operations and Help Desk. A lot of the invisible back-end departments that a lot of you don't see. I'm one of them weirdos that prefers not to be seen, background character, just does things that need done. So we also have our logistics department as well, who moves things around. That things are in place, it's because they put them there and then they move them again. So in any case, we have a lot of people with metaphorical blood, sweat, and tears getting all this working and happening. All staff are volunteers, including us up here. I mean, this is generally time that was taken off from the daily humdrum. Our combined years of experience in various professional trades. So there's a lot of us here. There are 351 staff members with this yellow badge. Could I please get an applause for all of them?
Sorry?
All applause. I'll have to keep that in mind for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, We vet volunteers through volunteering. I'm not even going to pretend that I can just read off the cuff. I have paper here. We vet staffers for volunteering. So those are registered attendees who give their spare hours to us to find their niche and offer flexibility to attend the event. Those who volunteer and kind of, say, hey, I like doing this, become staff. So we'll open up the volunteer application in the off season, probably in a couple months. If you want to offer, your assistance as well, please, by all means. I would say on average, we're mostly Gen Xers on average. I don't know what some of the younger people want. We could really do with some young, good new blood, so to speak. Just to make sure we get some good stuff. I want to make sure that everyone's happy. So, bring everyone in. Woo! We also have the Lost and Found. So, y'all are speed running, losing things. I don't know how you do that so much. So, in the event you got some stuff lost, the operations room 309, we're going to be closed for a couple hours shortly for debriefing, but we'll be back open for a couple hours tonight. If you don't have a chance to get to us, email lostandfound@anthrocon.org with as best a description as you have of what you're looking for, and we'll see if we can pair it up to you. For any other questions, you can email all year info@anthrocon.org. That goes to a couple of us, and we'll sort it out and get it everywhere else. That's really all I got. So thank you very much, and thank you for attending.
Hello, everyone. My name is Phelan. I'm the vice chairman for Anthrocon. So I do things when this one's not around. But primarily this weekend, you would have seen me running around in one of the red safety vests. Tal mentioned that we have about 350 staff members here this weekend. Safety is the single largest department in Anthrocon. We have almost 100 staff members total. Those staff members worked a combined 1,800 scheduled hours this weekend. Metaphorical blood, sweat, and tears. My team gets to deal with the literal, real blood, sweat, and tears sometimes. If you see a safety staff member tonight, please thank them for all the hard work that they've done. They have gone above and beyond this weekend, and we are all here to keep you safe. That's all I got.
I'm Uncle Kage. I am the chairman, and thank you. That is very kind of you. I shall accept that applause or applause on behalf of everybody who is wearing this yellow lanyard. So many people came up to me this weekend and said, we want to thank you for what you do. I say, I just drink. These people, the folks surrounding me, the folks with the yellow lanyards, the folks who aren't up here now because they're still working their butts off, they are the ones that you should thank. And when you thank me, I accept that thanks on their behalf. We got some folk, there's so many departments, I can't shout out to everybody, but I definitely want to give a shout out once again to the safety team, to the stuff crew led up by Cryo down there, to the, these are the folks who work behind the scenes. You will never see it, but if something needs to be from point A to point B, they take care of it. We got Kofu and his signage team who were helping us put up those many, many wonderful new signs that we made. Even though some that had typos on them, I'm sorry, I made them myself. I'm not going to do that again. Sue dear, who I don't know if she's around, but she, if she is, I want to see her. Ah, there's Sue, hello. That's Sue dear. All of that merchandise in the con store, that was her idea. I wanted to sell Anthrocon pencils. She said, no, let's do something cooler. So she is our merch mistress, I guess. Again, there are so many people I'd like to thank. If I thanked everybody by name, I would be up here for all night. And I don't know, we're tired. But we are still not done. I think one of the most important numbers that we're all interested in, I'm going to turn this over to the lovely person sitting to my right, if you would care to address the crowd.
On that note, actually, do you mind if I just chime in? I'm so sorry to steal the thunder. Do you mind if I chime in real quick? On that note, one thing that I do want to emphasize, especially as we mentioned the art and branding team headed under Sue, this is something that I'm very, very passionate about, as I know she is. Anthrocon is and always will be an AI-free convention. None of our works whatsoever are created by AI. Nothing that you have seen in terms of drawings, merchandise, comic book covers, anything that we use was generated by AI. It is all generated by furry artists from our community for all of you. I'll make sure that everyone knows that we will not be changing that anytime soon because we value giving back to the community. It's all by the community, for the community. So once again, for not just Sue and her team, but all the teams that make the magic come to life, please give another round of applause. And now, I will humbly give it back to the other side of this group over here, over to our big numbers expert.
Hi, everybody. So I think I saw most of you down in Reg. There are a lot of you. My name is Nuclear Space Cat. I am your registration director. I gave you your lovely badges and sometimes replacement badges. Before I give you the number, I want to thank my staff, and I want to thank you all for being so kind to my staff despite the long line. Hopefully it was shorter than last year, or at least quicker. But we've been working really hard to get you guys through Reg as fast as we can, keep you out of the heat, get you more to the fun. All right. Give me a drum roll. Okay, so in total, there were 20,618 of you. That's so many.
So please pre-register next year.
Please.
It would be a help. Again, there are so many folk that I would want to thank, and I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody. I certainly don't mean to slight anyone. We got Peter Cat, our art show director, who is helping break down the art show. The dealer's room director, Kess, is breaking down the dealer's room. Other directors are just breaking down. I joke. These are some of the most consummate professionals that I have the delight to work with every year. I can only apologize to them for those instances, maybe more of them than I like, when my own leadership slips. They got it down. They just say, okay, sit down, old man, we got this covered, don't worry. They're laughing like that's not what you guys actually say. But, and anything else we should cover? Oh, well, maybe we should talk about next year.
I wonder, Uncle Kage, do you know what those dates and next year's theme is going to be?
Next year will be the same weekend, July 1st through 4th. And I have asked the local AccuWeather meteorologist to make sure that what happened this year doesn't happen next year or else.
And as for the theme, well, I think, AV, do you have a little something that you might have gotten from our lovely art and branding team, perhaps? Anthrocon is officially leveling up to level 30! We will be celebrating our 30th year in operation since Anthrocon started all the way back in 1997. How many of you on this panel here have actually been here since all of them? I guess we know who will be asking about all those questions then.
All right, anything else? I'm once again going to repeat, even if we thanked them before, we cannot thank them enough. Anthrocon has always wanted to be as inclusive as possible. We never want somebody to miss out on the fun because of some physical factor that they cannot help. It was SLIP, Sign Language Interpreting Professionals, who we first brought in and said, can you help us? And they said, can we? We've been waiting for you to call us. Vic and Lauren. And a particular shout out, this is something that I think is extremely special about, I hate to call it this business, but it is indeed. We have some of the senior leadership of international conventions here on staff. Helping out Kofu on the signage team are the chairman and co-chair of Confuror in Guadalajara, Mexico. Viva Mexico! We have Link, we have Danny, and his entire crew from Brazil Fur Fest came up. They were helping out. I knew they were out there somewhere. There they go, there they are. We had our German contingent who brought me enough wine to keep me happy outside of this building. So, and also some of the domestic conventions, we all work together. I think that's what makes this fandom different from just about anything else. The fact that, yes, on paper we are competitors, but we also know we can't do it without each other. And that is very special to me. For all of you who were here, and if I didn't see you or I bumped into you and forgot and totally had a senior moment, I apologize. I want to thank all those folks who run other conventions who helped to run this one too. We should perhaps go over the timing for tonight, just so everybody is aware. Maybe Phelan is the best to describe that.
He acts like I remember what the schedule is. Let's see, after closing ceremonies, as Cal furiously flips through his binder here, we are going to switch over to the Dead Dog Dance. Who's going to attend the Dead Dog Dance? Anybody? Yeah! I'll be there, working. With the Dead Dog Dance, we will be closing down the rest of the convention center. You will have access to this room, obviously, and also still our pop-up lockers that are on the other side of the 4th floor. The Dead Dog Dance goes until midnight? I want to say midnight. After which we will be closing down the convention center and saying goodbye until next year.
On top of that,
There's one group of folks that I definitely want to send a shout out to. All the folks out there who spent all day and all night driving. We had Pittsburgh Transportation Group, Lenzner Motor Coaches, and in particular, our friends, the Gray Hair Express. If you did not hear, they had 30 carts. The truck that was bringing them had a wreck, destroyed 22 of the carts. They had only 8. On their behalf, they wish me to express, some folk were frustrated because they called the dispatch and they didn't get service in the time they expected. Yeah, they had 8 out of 30 carts operating. And I said, what are you guys gonna do? And Sean, the boss, he said to me, well, that's easy. I'm gonna get more carts next year. I like a good straightforward answer.
so on that note, with the transportation, we know that folks will be enjoying the last night of festivities here. Transportation will be running until 1 a.m. after the Dead Dog Dance ends. So if you are planning to take either one of those motor coaches or one of those golf carts that is still running around, make sure you get there before 1 a.m. under Fort Duquesne Boulevard, as that's when they will be making their last loops. And of course, as all of you have been so generously been doing all weekend, please make sure to thank and tip the drivers, because I'm sure they want to get some rest after the weekend as much as we do.
And what what would Anthrocon be without the 22 partner hotels who have, shall we say, put up with a lot this weekend? They're going to be burning out a lot of vacuum cleaners on all the shed fur. Please do be kind. Most of you are going to be checking out tomorrow. The hotels have all brought on as much staff as they can. It is, of course, a holiday weekend. A lot of folk wanted to take vacation, and a lot of bosses probably had to say, do you really have to? So when you check out, do be patient. Allow extra time. Anything else? Okay. It bears repeating. Jennifer Carter, who is the real power behind the throne here. People say, Uncle Kage is the chairman, he's the boss. I might be the boss of Anthrocon, but Jen is the boss of me. So if you see her, definitely thank her for keeping me in line. We got Molly and Emmanuel, the team at Visit Pittsburgh, who absolutely put in yeoman's work to help pave the way for us and who have been keeping Pittsburgh open and friendly to us for the past 20 years and 20, 40, 60 more, if I have anything to say about it. Okay. Phelan, Vice Chairman Phelan, would you do the honors?
Thank you, everybody, for coming to Anthrocon 2026. Let's declare this convention closed. We'll see you next year.